Well, there are a lot of ethnic minority groups in Myanmar. There are a lot of ethnic minority groups in a lot of the countries in the region. The Myanmar has always been plagued by civil conflict, going back to the Second World War and the end of British colonial rule. The British colonial power, the British colonists used, like they did in a lot of their colonies, they played ethnic groups against each other as because they weren't a colonial power who would send 100,000, 500,000 men to occupy. They used local elites to reduce the power of the local people. So they played the Karen off the Bamar, and they played others off each other. And the Karen took up arms shortly after World War II against the central government and are one of the bigger ethnic minority militias and have mostly kept fighting since then, no matter who is in government. Also have at different times, including now, provided a little bit of a safe area for dissidents from Yangon and mainly from central Myanmar who are trying to flee the country, or at least flee the army. They would flee to the east, where the Karen National Union is powerful, and sometimes they would flee over the border into Thailand too. Well, the ethnic conflicts were already before the coup in a disastrous situation, and had been for a long time. And the Suu Kyi administration, despite promising to bring a peace process and resolve some of the conflicts, both they and the military itself didn't really do that. In fact, the conflicts in Western Myanmar and in Rakhine State, as probably a lot of your viewers know, got a lot worse in the mid-2000s, and then under the Suu Kyi and military government. And but the coup certainly hasn't helped. Some people would, I think, argue that the coup has led to a degree of better understanding between the majority Burman people or Bamar people and some of the ethnic minorities who were heavily repressed even by the Suu Kyi government, in that a lot of the tactics that the military historically used against the minority groups, really brutal tactics, widespread arrests, rape as a weapon of war, burning of homes, widespread killing with unmitigated killing, has now been turned against. It was historically used against ethnic minorities, has now been turned against central Myanmar Burman people. So maybe it has led to some degree of feeling of togetherness, but it's hard to say because the post-coup environment in what was already a fairly unstable and poor country has led to almost complete state collapse. Almost on the level of like Yemen or Somalia. So it's hard to see any bright side of anything.